It's time for another spooky story. I am Autumn in Appalachia. Send me your spooky stories, add me on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube, same handle. Without further ado. This story comes from Taylor. She grew up in rural Kentucky in Appalachia, and where this story took place was her great-grandparents' house. They lived way back in a holler. Now, growing up, she spent a lot of time at her great-grandparents' house. She loved them very much. She said that they were old-timey Baptists, very religious, and that their home, I think a lot of us can relate, just always felt very warm and comforting to her. It always felt like a safe space for her, and it was just nostalgic, right? The smells, the sounds, just everything about it is like cozy and it's home. And it always felt like that until she was 7 or 8 years old on a particular night. So, one particular night when Taylor's 7 or 8 years old, she's spending the night at her great-grandparents' house. She would sleep with them in the bed, like in between them. So, her great-grandma is against the wall. She's in the middle. Her great-grandpa is on the outside of the bed, closest to the door. She said in the middle of the night, she wakes up and she is just inexplicably unable to move. She can't scream, she can't speak, but her mind is fully awake. She can look around the room and she immediately is overcome with this horrible feeling like something bad is in the room with her. When she looks at the foot of the bed, what she saw sent chills down her spine. Hovering over her sleeping grandfather is this gargoyle-like demonic figure. She said the features were very exaggerated. It was almost like some sort of a caricature. And she said that it didn't feel like a dream at all. She's fully awake. She said that she was also acutely aware that it was aware that she was watching it. Taylor said she remembers praying in her mind so hard for it not to hurt her grandfather. She knew that it meant her grandfather harm somehow. And as she is praying this in her mind, it then speaks and gives her a choice. Says that it will either take her firstborn son or it will take her grandfather right then. But she's 7 or 8 years old, so she doesn't fully understand what that means. She only knew that she wanted it to stop and that she didn't want her grandfather to be hurt, so she chose her firstborn son. When Taylor made this decision, the creature reacted with amusement. It laughed, it smiled, and then it disappeared. As soon as it disappeared, the room returned to normal. Her paralysis ended. She is still reeling from the experience, but she never woke up her grandparents, and she ended up never for the rest of her childhood up into adulthood telling anybody about this experience. What is most chilling is that she grew up to have 3 sons. Her firstborn son is now 12 years old and is luckily okay. Nothing has happened. This is, like I said at the beginning, something that deeply disturbs her, so much so that she tries her best and has for years to just bury it as deep in her mind as she can, not to think about it. But when she does, she can't help but wonder if this was something that was just trying to scare her as a child or play mind games with her, or if there's more substance to it. We, of course, hope not. I've said this in other stories. There is just no closure there. That is where the story ends. I think all of us, regardless of what our beliefs are, all 22,000 of us can agree that we are going to be sending the best vibes, the biggest hugs, prayers of protection, all the things to her family, and her firstborn son. Who, as a mom, that just... wow, that is so scary. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Send her some words of encouragement and protection, and stay tuned for some more spooky stories.